Hi everyone, my name is Aileen Wu. I am an Olympic weightlifting coach and welcome to my reaction of the 2019 CrossFit Games men's clean event. So here we go. All right, 355 Saxon Panchik. A little bit more of a struggle now, same things as before, but still got it, strong enough, it doesn't matter. Let's see it slow. Feet under the bar, hands on bar, doesn't look where his feet are, which looks like typical for Saxon Panchik. Tightens up, looks straight ahead, pulls him a little bit forward off the start. He doesn't get tight, his back doesn't slack though. Pulls the knees back, but you can see the knees coming in. You see the weight coming in on his foot as well. From here, he's standing up with the bar, back angle stays the same, appreciate that. Right here, knee slack, like we talked about, knees straight ahead, feet straight ahead. Now there's separation with him and the barbell. And from here, you see him come forward more. So because the barbell is here, he's coming forward to meet the barbell, as opposed to the barbell being here and getting to ride it the whole way. So from here, he's jumping and receiving slightly forward, but that's why. So for Saxon Panchik, I would adjust his feet positioning a little bit and adjust the knee positioning on the initial part of the pull and a little bit more lats, and he should get more height out of that pull, which he obviously didn't need for 355, but will help him later on when it's much heavier. Mundwiler 355, feet on the bar, hands on bar, doesn't look where his feet are relative to the bar. Tightens up. The tempo of the early arm pull is different for this one. He was a little slow on the engagement. It pulled him forward a little bit more than it normally does. Granted, it is heavier. Let's watch it slow. Feet under the bar, hands on bar. Doesn't tighten up. Doesn't look for a spot before he goes. He does it all at the same time, which I don't love because it's just too jarring. It's just too much happening at one time. But from here, look how his butt comes up right up off the floor, pulls him forward. Look how much more forward he is this time though. He's normally not this far forward. So while he typically does the whole like come under, butt come up to clear the knees, which isn't a great philosophy, but let's say his normal tempo is this. With this one, he's way here. It's really pulling him forward, and you can see it in this position. So from here, knees coming back. You're starting to see separation with him. He's started the arm bend slow, which he needs to keep the barbell close to him, and now you see separation. He doesn't pull it in as much. He waits till it's here as opposed to doing this because he knows he needs that jump up and back. He does a great job of following it up with a shrug, high pull, and getting a vicious jump up and back though, and makes that lift. James Newbury, feet under the bar, takes a breath, hands on bar, doesn't tighten up, and he doesn't have it. He should have more than just what he got right there. He didn't tighten up. It's like doing a heavy deadlift without tightening up. It's like infinitely more difficult. Feet under the bar, hands on bar, kind of tightens up more, and he's like, I'm already done. Good job, James Newbury. Scott Panchik, 355, feet under the bar, doesn't look where his feet are relative to the bar, hands on bar, doesn't really tighten up. Not as much height here as before, but again, how much does knowing your positioning and how much does speed buy you in terms of height? A lot. And we see it here with Scott Panchik, so let's see this slow. Comes forward. You see his mentality, he's ready to go. Feet under the bar, hands on bar. Doesn't look at where his feet are, but okay. Doesn't really tighten up either. Looks for a spot and tightens up as he goes. Goes to pick up the barbell. It does jolt him forward a little bit, but not a lot, but it continues to pull him forward here, which you saw. He's recovering slightly, weight's coming back on the foot, keeping the barbell close. You do see that arm bend. You're starting to see a little bit more separation. It matters more once you pass the knees. He's bringing the barbell to him a little bit. It looks like he's coming forward a touch to meet the barbell. He does a great job of keeping it tight though, because look, he doesn't go for the jump up and back until the barbell is basically here when it's time to do the jump up and back. Shrug, high pull, nicely done. Gudmundsson, 355. Feet on the bar, hands on bar. Doesn't tighten up, it pulls him forward a lot off the start on that one. You see it, look, he has trouble and he had to catch it forward. Let's watch this slow. Doesn't tighten up before he goes. Does look straight ahead. Look, right off the floor, it jolts him forward, waits on his toes. Now he has to try to recover from that. He still hasn't recovered from that. So here he is above the knee, knees come back, they've slacked off a little bit more than I would like, because now you see separation, and now he's a little bit more forward on his foot than he normally is because it jolted him forward off the start. Why? Because he wasn't tight at the beginning. So here we go. He's going for the pull. He's pulling a little early. So he's here and he's already going for the pull as opposed to being here going for the pull, because he's forward on his toes because he wasn't tight at the beginning and that pulled him forward. But here we go. Shrug, high pull. He does a good job with the shrug, high pull to get him height, but it's jolted him slightly. He wasn't quite ready for the stand up, and you can see it pulls him forward just a touch. Good job though. Okay, 355 Matt Fraser, feet under the bar, hands on bar. A little fast on the feet under the bar, but it looks consistent, hands on bar. From here, he does the butt up and down shaking thing. It's common with weightlifters. It's kind of getting blood into the legs. It's getting ready, but it's also mentally getting set of what's happening, what am I doing? And from here, it pulls him forward a little bit more at the start than it did before, but he keeps it really close and he's plenty strong. Beautiful lift. Let's watch it slow. So slow, here we go. Feet under the bar, hands on bar. You can notice it especially here that he's very intentional where his hands are on the bar. And from here, he gets his grip. He kind of gets set. You can see he kind of takes a second. This is where you collect yourself. What am I about to do? Go through my checklist of what's going to happen in this lift. Does the butt shaky thing to mentally prepare, and from here gets tight, starts to pick up the barbell, pulls him off the floor, forward very slightly. You can see it on his feet. And from here, it's still pulling him forward a little bit, but he's keeping the barbell close. The back is tight, the core is tight. He hasn't freaked out yet. Pulling the knees back, now starting to pull the knees back, now starting to stand up. He's recovering with the weight on the foot. Now he's coming back on his foot. He did a lot there in terms of shifting the weight back. Still very much over the bar. Bar is still very much close to him. Pulls the knees back, pulls the knees back, pulls the knees back. Great position. He did a great job of recovering here, and he's solid on his feet. His shoulders are over the bar. Bar is close to him. Beautiful position. And from here, standing up with the barbell, standing up with the barbell, standing up with the barbell. And from here, notice that even though the barbell pulled him forward off the start, he was able to recover so that he's extending here. He's not extending here, right? Huge difference in terms of height and in terms of being able to lift the barbell up, imparting as much force as he can onto the barbell as possible. So from here, big shrug, big pull. It doesn't come crashing down on him, and he catches the bounce and he stands up. Beautiful lift by Matt Fraser, 355. Noah Ohlsen, 355. Pulls it off the floor. He does a better job with this one than the last one. He did a better job of it not pulling him forward and him being tight on the bar. Let's see it. He kind of does get his back set there. It does pull him forward slightly, but not as bad as before. Bar is very close to him. Now you're starting to see separation with the knees pulling back too much, again, because feet narrow, knees straight. But he does a good job of trying to stay on his heels in terms of weight. Here he is already coming under. And he does a good job with the shrug high pull, that he's fine. I think if you adjusted his starting position a little bit, and I know we're talking about Noah Ohlsen, but I think if you adjusted his starting position a little bit and where his knees are on that pull, like it would be a situation on a pull like that where he could wait a solid 1.5 to 2 inches before he would have to extend, because it never pulled him forward early because he never got that separation between at above the knee. Thanks for watching my reaction to this part of the 2019 CrossFit Games Men's Clean event. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe below. For any questions or comments, put them in the comments below. If you'd like to work with me, check me out at www.wulift.com. We'll have more of this reaction coming soon. Thanks guys, have a great day. I think it's funny that it does that.